Hey, y'all, this is part two of our Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders, America's Sweethearts documentary coverage from Netflix. I did it with Keisha. It was so long, we had to put it in two parts. So this is part two. Part one's already in your feed. If you didn't listen to that, go back and find it. Listen to part two, and thanks for listening. All right. Now, episode 4 is called God Loves Dallas.
Mhm.
And I didn't quite understand why we needed to learn about Pastor Madhu of the social church.
Mhm.
Some of the cheerleaders are a member of this church. He has
Mhm.
504,000, so almost half a million followers on Instagram. Looked him up.
Jeez.
Um, I didn't understand why we needed that, just like I didn't understand why we needed Emmett Smith. So it's
Yeah.
8 days until the first game. 8 days, and they don't have the team ready.
That's crazy.
Okay. So Ari, or her name is Ariana, she goes by Ari. She shows us how she works at home. She sells medical devices. She sells prostate cancer medical devices. And
Mhm.
so she cold calls doctors' offices, what you do if you do medical sales. And
Right.
she did not make the team last year, but she stayed in Dallas for 1 year, got a job, and worked with a dancer so she could make the team this year.
Okay, how does she look? Because I'm drawing a blank right here.
Okay, well, she was the one that's little, that they keep saying that she looks like the little sister running from the back. So she's little and she sort of has like dirty blonde hair and just was cute and little. I mean, there's nothing,
I don't remember her at all.
I mean,
I'm
and
drawing a
really I
blank.
never even noticed how little she was until they kept pointing out how little she was. And I was like, okay, so all these girls maybe go between 5'4" and 5'7", and this little girl is
Okay.
maybe like 5'2", maybe she's 5'1", but she wasn't like 4'2" and everybody else is 6 feet. She is maybe an inch or two shorter, but that's why she's on the end. I don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Why don't they just say you have to be this height and this size?
Well, that's what
That
that's
way
what they're
people
gonna.
don't waste their time.
I think that's what they said. After this year, we have to say that. So we get the boot fittings with that guy. Okay.
Mhm.
And I don't think you should send girls in hot pants in to be with this guy. I think they should have to wear their
No,
sweatpants.
he's a total creep.
Yeah,
No, he doesn't. Eesh.
I didn't like
Eesh.
it. We get another practice of Thunderstruck. They're getting lots of critiques. They're going to have to do 2 more cuts. And so they start talking about Charlie's makeup again. Why doesn't she know how to do her eyebrows? And how come Ari is so itty bitty? And look at
Well, that's just
Camille.
her size.
Camille has got a terrible kick. Anna Kate, she bounces too much. And Zoe pushes her palms out weird. Okay, so these are the people in the chopping block.
The
Zoe,
pushes her palms out weird is pretty fucking funny. Yeah.
Zoe is only 18. Victoria says, I understand Zoe because I was only 18 when I first tried out and got cut. And Zoe is 20. She's the youngest. Zoe's just 20. So I can relate to being like so young trying to be on this team. Then we see Victoria doing some mental health affirmations on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then we see Kat, and Kat says, Victoria has dealt with a lot of shit. And we get Victoria talking about her depression, her bad coping skills, which causes her bad eating habits. She has binge, purge, eating disorder. She says she took a year off. She got into therapy and she learned that words of affirmation really help her. So we see all her sticky notes all over. And she just covers up all her emotions. She doesn't like to feel her feelings. Kat goes, the year that Victoria took off, she was so happy. She took a boyfriend. She went to New York. She wanted to move to New York, but then she came back. And well, I don't know why.
It's just like she feels an obligation to be on this team. This makes her feel important.
It makes her feel like this is like her dream in life because her mom always said you should be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, like I was.
And I feel like her mom would be okay if she didn't do it.
Her mom is just happy she's alive and thriving.
Yeah, her mom seems very, very supportive, and I don't think that she would care.
I agree.
If Victoria were not on, I think this is all in Victoria's head.
And I'm also worried that Victoria's only friend is her mother.
Yeah, we are all, I mean, that whole birthday party, because it was only 2 people seeing was kind of, it was cute.
Well, I think that's what Kat is trying to say. The year she took off, she was so
She cried.
happy. She went to New
Mhm.
York for a while. She had a boyfriend. She did things. And then she came back and moved into her childhood twin bed.
And then
Um,
she just downhill.
and she goes
This
downhill.
is not good for her at all. But I want to say one thing. That ballerina shoe heart thing above her
Yeah.
bed, loved it.
Yeah.
So cute.
I love any
Now,
kind of shoes. I mean, I love any kind of art that's done with like old toe shoes.
yes, me too. I do.
So the producer is in her car with her and says, so it must be so hard to have this thing that is your dream be the thing that hurts you.
Yeah.
And she
Mhm.
says, yeah. And the producer goes, well, you're strong, Victoria. And then she cries in her VW bug and says, thank you. All right. That's all I got. Now we see Reese doing her hair. Every time these girls are doing their hair with those big
Mhm.
curling irons, all I was doing
Yeah.
is like, God, I wish I could get my hair to do that. I try so hard. I'll try right after this and it'll go.
Do you have that same white curling?
Yes.
Those things are kind of expensive,
I have
aren't they?
a Dyson Airwrap that doesn't work on my hair. I have gotten every kind of big barreled thing that it's supposed to do. I have a one that's just the one where you wrap the hair. I've got so many of them. The only time it
So
ever
what's the
works,
problem?
my hair is just too thin and won't hold it. It's
Well, get some tape-ins.
the only time it ever worked on my hair was in Vegas because the air is so dry that I was able to just sort of
Okay.
like dry my hair like natural and then put the big things in it, and it was like
Yeah.
really cute. I was very cute in Vegas, even though I was sweating my ass off and hating every human that I ran across,
I mean,
except for the
Vegas is
deadheads.
bloody hot.
Hot, and everybody there's
And it's
disgusting.
dry. My nose always bleeds when I'm there. I mean, I'm a nose bleeder anyway,
Mm.
but it really gets dry in Vegas. It's like, this is weird.
It's
I don't
another reason you
understand this
like Anna.
weather.
She's a nosebleeder too. So
You can never make me not love Anna.
I know she had that shit cauterized. You know, they went zzz, like burned off the things inside
Really?
her nose because she had so many nosebleeds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I probably have had a million in this
yeah.
life.
They can cauterize it inside of your nose. It'll stop.
I don't know if
It's true.
I'm old. I'm ancient years old. Is
No,
it even worth it at this point?
maybe not. All right. So we see Charlie saying, "I don't really know how to do my makeup. I never did." Well, girl,
We know that.
it's going to be your downfall. But she's like, I'm barely sleeping doing this. I'm very hard on myself. I don't know what I'm doing. She talks to her mom on the phone, and we meet her mom, who's super sweet. Again, why do we get involved with the mom and her crunchy hair and find out about Charlie being an only child? Only,
Mhm.
I don't get it.
And here's another thing. It's not these women are working their full-time jobs plus doing this, not
Yeah,
hardly getting paid for this. And then they have to fucking go to practice with a full face of makeup on and their hair done. They can't even wear a
always
ponytail.
makeup. They can't. Like on Cheer, they are fully like hadn't bathed in a ponytail, disgusting. But here they got to go full hair and makeup for every rehearsal.
That makes zero sense to me. Why do they have to look like that for rehearsal? I can see them all wearing the same uniform
Yes.
for rehearsal.
Yeah.
But the full makeup, like some of these girls probably don't even wear makeup to work. So they're having to get off from work,
Yeah.
run home, try to eat something, put on makeup, and do their damn hair.
That's what Anisha said, that she is like ponytail, no makeup at work, and
Yeah.
has to glam up to go sweat. Makes no sense.
That's crazy.
All right. Then we see Anna Kate, Camille, and a girl named Brooklyn all talking about not wanting to get cut. All right. Kelly talks more and more about what a great opportunity this is for everybody. And then we see Charlotte, the highest ranking woman in football. Her daughter and sons also work for the organization. And Charlotte and her daughter talk. And Kelly is like, I think we could do 37.
Yeah.
I think we should do 37. And they're like, it's gonna
Yeah.
have to be 36. They said, well, Kelly probably wants all 38. Like, God forbid, we'd have 2 extra. So
I mean, they could.
I don't know why. As long as
Not
it's
that
an
big of
even
a
number, to
deal.
me, it seems fine.
Yeah, exactly. But not for Charlotte.
So Kelly and Judy meet with Charlotte and her daughter. Her daughter's name is Haley. I knew I wrote her down at some point. And they say, you need to cut it to 36. And they're like, all right, what's going on? What's this one? What's up with Madeline? They say, Madeline is not fueling herself. Okay.
Here we go again.
Here we go.
You know.
Not fueling. Okay.
Yeah, which saying not eating.
They're saying not eating. And they say, you know, and maybe Ariana, she doesn't match the scale, but she matches appeal. So she's got appeal, but her scale is too small. And they look at Zoe and they're like, does Camille have awkward feet? What about Charlie and her eyebrows? And you know, Anna Kate looks like Miranda Lambert, but she's in her head way too much. And I mean, my whole thing is, are they only taking Anna Kate because of her sister? Because Anna Kate is not that good. No personality.
Here's the thing. You think about that, but then you go back to where Victoria and Madeline were both cut the first time they tried out.
Right.
So why would they do that for this girl who is just
Caroline's
she's
sister?
Like a piece of ice. She's just a piece of ice. There's nothing to her. There's just she doesn't even look happy. She doesn't even look like she's enjoying being there at all. It's almost like she's doing this because her sister.
I know. I think so too. So then we do Thunderstruck again for the judges. And Charlotte says, that girl, Ariana, looks like a little girl, like running to catch up from behind. Like she just doesn't match. She's so much smaller. She looks like she's running to catch up with her sisters. And then they're like, maybe we need to say there's a minimum height. Maybe we need to say there's a minimum height. They do. Maybe they do. Because if that's what's going to get this girl cut, she's all the way at the end, and they say she's got the look, she's got the moves, she's got everything, but she's too short. Yeah. Well, then they shouldn't have even let her try out.
Here's the thing. They're clearly not about all inclusion as far as sizes go for this team. Yeah. So just put it on the application. You have to be this height and this weight.
Yeah.
It's obvious that the girls are okay with that because they're still trying out for the team. So just put it on the application and save everyone some time and tears.
They're never going to say wait. They're just going to not let them make it to the next round if they think they're above a size 2. But they can do height because they can say for our kick line or whatever it has to be.
They have an excuse.
They have an excuse. Yeah. Okay. So the girls all reintroduce themselves. So, you know, they're all like the rookies are reintroducing themselves just for Charlotte and Haley's purposes. So back in the room, they're discussing who to cut to get to 36. They've got to get 2 girls out. So Judy goes, but why can't we have 37? She's like, I only want to cut that little shorty, but eyebrows I want to keep. So they say, why can't we have 37? And Charlotte says, the reason we let you have 37 last year was because of COVID. And I don't like 37. I didn't like 37. I don't like the idea of an alternate. So during COVID times, they probably had an alternate in case one person got sick. Yeah. Which, by the way, probably if one person got sick, they're probably like 6 people probably should have been out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But she says, somebody eternally is on standby. So we're going to bring them in, let them do everything, but they're on standby. Like, I don't like that idea. Like you're on the team or you're not, which I kind of agree with too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like being an understudy and you never get to go on.
Right.
And Kelly says, look, Ari is great. She's a strong performer. She's beautiful. She's got the look. Like, how could we possibly what could we say to her to send her home?
Right.
And Kelly says, oh my God, she moved here. She stayed here. She's been taking classes with a cheer team member all year. How could we let her go? And Charlotte just goes, you tell her the team is 36 and she's not one of the 36 and that's it.
Yeah, Charlotte's most definitely not America's sweetheart.
No, she's cold.
No, not at she's not
it's like, all. Let me fly off in my private plane and these girls will make $12 a game.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night will be their first night in the stadium. Literally is their first performance is the next night and 2 girls have not been cut.
Right.
So she's like, who here has never driven the whole way to Arlington? Who here? And then Charlie's the only one. And they go, okay, Charlie and Ari, you stay back. I was like, did Charlie think she got cut because she'd never driven to Arlington?
Probably in her head. She's like, damn.
Yeah. She's like, damn, I should have made that drive.
Yeah.
So as they asked those 2 to sit back, all the girls are hugging them because they know they've asked 2 girls to sit back and 2 girls they know.
They know the number. Like,
so
okay,
Kelsey's like, Kelsey's going, it's just a meeting. You're okay. It's okay. And they all know it's not.
Right.
So first Ari goes to chat with Kelli and Judy. And Kelly says, you're not going to like where this conversation is going to end. And I don't like it either. And Ari's like, she says, can I get one more night? Is there anything else I can do? And Kelly goes, no, we are limited to a team of 36. And Ari cries and thanks them. And she says she just loves the girls and maybe God has other plans for her. And here comes Sharpie to walk her out, and Sharpie's crying. It's terrible.
Oh, man. Sharpie hates this.
Sharpie hates this. Sharpie's
Really
like, how did I get this job? And why am I also making only $12,000 a year? So,
yeah, because if Kelly's only making 80, so we think, you know what? Sharpie probably does it on a volunteer basis.
She probably does.
Volunteers.
She probably does. So then they bring in Charlie, and they're like, we want to read you what everybody has said about you. You know, strong, this, that, and the other. And they said, you know, but you're not quite there with your style.
Don't tell me all the good things that everyone has said about me then.
And then they'll talk about my eyebrows. You don't like my eyebrows. And unfortunately, we are releasing you. And they hug her, and she goes, I'm going to come back next year. And then they go, great, fix those brows before you get in here, girl.
Eyebrows microbladed or something like that before you come back.
So hopefully she'll see this and see what they talked about. And then I think she should cut her hair a little bit shorter, do some like beachy curls. And so she'll have more to flip or something.
Yes.
Some blonde lady walks her out, not Sharpie. So Charlie and Reese, you know, who become best friends, they hug and cry in the car. And Charlie calls her mom, who's like, it's okay. I just can't wait for you to get home. It's very supportive. And Reese says, I don't know what to do. Like, this was my friend. And she says, but I know that I'm here to use my gifts and talents to bring glory to my creator. And then we get more of Pastor Madhu saying, God loves Dallas. And then we, for some reason, and we find out why, we hear Delta Dawn playing. That's a song from my youth. Delta Dawn was that flower you got on. And they find out, these girls, of course, they find out they're the official 36. They got rid of the dead weight. These are the official 36. They cry, they hug, and they tell them, you were the epitome of style and class, sophistication, and you are what we value as a brand and as a family.
With your booty shorts on and your titties popped up.
That's right. That is what we value. And Madeline cries and says, I'm grateful for all of you for being my family, you know, because she's had a bad time with her family.
Right.
Final roster, 28 veterans, 8 rookies. That's a pretty big difference.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And I got to give it up for Charlie.
I got to give it up for Charlie and Ari.
I don't know if I could have rode home with the bitch that made the team. I would have been like, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to Uber home by myself. I don't want to ride home. I didn't make the team, and I'm riding home with someone who made the team.
I know, but I felt they're best friends. So, and then she was like, next year I'm going to come and you'll be my vet. That was cute. That was cute. Episode 5, Sparkle. So they're all trying to figure out how they're going to pose in their photos. These are their cameo shots. These are the pictures that will follow them around the whole year.
Yes.
And Kelsey says, this is my last time. I got to think about my legacy. I know she's going to make me kick. She makes me kick in every picture. Kelly is getting ready. It's 5 days until the first game. They're doing a meet the cheerleaders for the family and friends. All the girls get to see their lockers. We get to see Kelsey's boyfriend. What? Kelsey's boyfriend? Holy shit, he's hot.
Wow.
Must
be an actor.
That's okay. That's okay.
Well, because she wants to be a cheerleader.
He's got it. Listen, at least she's got a medical degree.
Yes.
We see Madeline's mom crying about her making the team. We see Reese's cute parents there. They're very proud of her. It's all very sweet. Now we see what Kelsey does for her job every day, 7:30 to 4:30.
I know. Were you surprised that the little girl's parents allowed them to film that?
I was surprised about that. I really thought, wow, they're letting her there. It really spoke a lot to me to see what Kelsey does by taking care of this one child all day as a home health provider. Because, you know, you thought, well, she must work in a hospital or something.
Right.
But I was surprised that the parents allowed it. But then it may be like your favorite nanny, your favorite babysitter. You love them so much. They're a part of your family. So they're just like.
It has to be.
Yeah. They have to love her so much.
Right.
And Kelsey says, going to this job every single day has made what she wants in her life very clear. And it's very important after doing the work she does to see what is important and what is not.
Right.
And now we see her at home with Nate making dinner. And They've been together for 3 years, give or take. They did break up a little bit. He's been pursuing acting, and she was pursuing being this cheerleader, and also
Right.
she's a nurse. He says he got a small role in a couple of shows, and we see a clips of that, and he's
Yeah.
put it all on the back burner to be in Dallas for her. He's taken a step back until she's done with the cheerleader thing. He does plan to propose to her. I guess that they're planning, once they're done with this, that they could move, closer to LA or New York or somewhere where he could actually pursue this, and she could be a nurse anywhere.
Yeah, because the poor boyfriends have to kind of put their lives on hold, move so that their girlfriend can be, I mean, I don't want to dumb it down and say a cheerleader, but I mean, that's basically what it is. So they can live out this dream that they have that they're making no money from.
Yeah.
And they have to like really pause everything in their lives.
And you think about the disparity between like being a professional dancer like this, and we've seen how much they have to work and how hard it is on their body, versus being a professional football player. And you could be a professional football player and that's your job. You can't be a professional dancer and have it be your job. You got to also have a side job. You get paid nothing.
Rich parents. Yeah.
Yes, crazy. You guys know I'm always telling you about Tropical Smoothie Cafe. I love it. There's one right down the street. We go constantly. They've got these new summer mocktails, and I really, really love those. I love the mango berry Cosmo. I add some coconut to that. Oh, it's so good. But I want to tell you about some other stuff they have. They have a turkey bacon ranch sandwich that is delicious. For a kid's meal, they have like a turkey cheddar wrap. You can get some baked lays and a little cookie. My favorite on the kids menu is the little limeberry. That's if you just want a little smoothie. You don't want the whole thing. You guys, they have the acai bowls. They also have delicious breakfast. They have a Southwest wrap. They have an all-American breakfast wrap. And, for smoothies, they have those green smoothies. So if you're into that, they have that. My son's favorite smoothie is the kiwi quencher. You guys, I'm doing this off the top of my head because we order there so much. Like I said, the little limeberry I like, but I do love these new mocktails. The mocktails are only for a limited time. They have a mojito, and like I said, they have the berry Cosmo. That's my favorite. And again, don't sleep on the breakfast. Get it? Don't sleep on the breakfast. Really, the breakfast wraps are delish as well. So you guys, go to Tropical Smoothie. Try out all these things. You don't just have to try the mocktails. You don't just have to try the bowls or the wraps. Try everything. Go 3-4 times a week. Find out what you like. See what your main order always is. We're, again, going with that berry Cosmo mocktail because it's a limited time. Again, the little limeberry, the kiwi quencher, the acai bowls, the breakfast. You guys, all of it. Tropical Smoothie. You're on Tropic Time now. I don't know about y'all, but I love summer. But you know what I don't love? I don't love this heat and being outside and feeling like I'm being burnt up like a little chili pepper. My skin is dry, it burns easily, and it's awful. I recently got some One Skin SPF products, and they are making my summer so much better. I can go out in the yard, I can water my new flowers, I can do all the things, and I don't have to worry about being burnt to a crisp. I've got the new One Skin SPF for my face and for my body. And then after I get out of the shower, I put on my One Skin topical supplement. I love it so much. It is so wonderful. And I let it get really, really dry. And I do their eye cream as well. And now I also have their body topical lotion. Oh, it's so good, you guys. And on my face, you can use it with other products you like too. I put the One Skin on first because it needs to get right in there and start soaking in, because they've got this amazing product that they did in these 12-week clinical studies performed by a third-party organization. The OS1 Face, which is what I've got, was clinically proven to strengthen the skin barrier, improve skin health markers, and diminish visible signs of aging in 87% of their users. You guys, I'm a lady of a certain age and I need to be in that 87%. So I've been using it every day since they sent it to me. I swear to you, my skin looks way better, way better. And One Skin was named to Fast Company's list of the world's most innovative companies of 2024, a roster that includes the top companies making a positive impact on the world. So One Skin is more than skincare. It's about skin longevity, targeting the root causes of aging to help you look and feel your best at every age. Get started with 15% off code. That code is pink shade at oneskin.com. oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with the code PINKSHADE. After you purchase, they're going to go, hey, where did you hear about us? And you make sure to support this show and say Pink Shade sent you. It's time to expect more from your skincare routine. Invest in the health of your skin with OneSkin. All right, so now we see the group leaders are announced. Of course, we have Kelsey. We knew she'd be a group leader. She's group leader number 1. Mackenzie, Claire, and Shandy. And second group leaders are not yet announced. So now we are looking at formation, precision of these 36. 3 days until the first game. Reese has got a new apartment and she's talking to Will. And then we see Will's grandfather. It's all very cute. You could totally see why they're a couple because they're both just like, this is my first love. We leave it up to Jesus and we need to like get married so we can have sex. You know, like that's how they're raised and good for them. So
I just leave it. They're leaving it up to Jesus to pay those bills because she's working at a flower shop and he's working at a power washing company. That is
power washer. Power washer.
Yeah,
he sells parts to power washers.
Yeah, and they showed them not getting much business at all because everyone has a power. I mean, I know 20 people that have a power washer and say they're going to start a business and then the power washer just ends up in their garage.
Right, because you only really need your house to be power washed once a year. And you're lucky if you do that because I think we've done it twice in 12 years.
I don't know if y'all can hear the storm has come in.
No, I can see that your room is getting dark though.
Yeah, because usually the window's open and that's where light comes in, but now it is dark and pouring and
y'all pray for Keisha. Pray for Keisha.
Just for the AC, the electricity stays on because I can't be without AC. I'm more concerned about that than I am like my well-being of the home.
Oh, you absolutely have to go to a hotel.
Safety.
Yes.
Okay,
so Reese is living for the first time ever all by herself. She's lonely. She misses Will. She hopes he gets a job soon. Now we get Victoria and her mother filming a pink TikTok thing for her 24th birthday. And my question was, where's Kat? Where's her other friends? Why is it just her and her mom? And Victoria says she feels behind on her life plan. She wanted to have a lot more done by the time she was 24. She did take that year off. And then we find out, her mom has always been like a single mom. She says her dad and her brothers have never been to one dance recital or one performance. That's why she's
just sad.
But do they all live together and it's just her and her mom against dad, the brothers? I didn't understand that.
I just assumed that the parents were divorced.
I have to assume that too, but that was weird because she was like, that's why I really, Mom, I really think my mom is my only family. Sad.
That's sad. They have to be divorced.
We see a lot of stuff about Tina. Tina brought personality and sparkle to the DCC.
Oh, yeah, she did.
She was a group leader. She was a choreographer. She wasn't ever the best dancer, but she was just.
She had everything else going on for her because she was that. You could tell she was that girl.
Yeah, she was.
Everyone wanted to be around Tina. She just looked like a good time.
And Tina says the closest friends to this day are still the ones that she cheered with. And she says, Victoria is just not the same way. Victoria has always been the leader, the most popular in every group she's ever been, except this Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders group.
That's so weird.
It's weird. I think she's just got this mom's legacy thing that she just can't get over. You got to tell James to come in your room and turn on a lamp because it's gotten so dark in there.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Every light in the room is on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It has just gotten dark.
When we started recording, it was super bright. That there wasn't a cloud in the sky. Yeah. And I'm right by the window. And then now everything is fade to black. And I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I just look like a shadow.
It's gotten dark in there, girl.
Yeah. Okay. And I was like, do I go pull out the ring light real quick? Because it has gotten dark. But every single light in the room is on. It's just, it's really bad outside right now.
Okay, y'all. Pray for Keisha. Pray for her air conditioner. Okay, and so Victoria is saying she really wants to be a first or second group leader. Well, she's not going to get first because they've already named those.
Yeah.
Judy and Kelly are talking about second group leaders. And Kelsey goes, it is hard for Victoria because she was gone for a year and she doesn't really know where to fit in because she came back and it's like, is she a rookie? Is she on the team? Second group leaders are announced. Jada, Armani, Danny, and Megan. And
look, I tried.
Guys, when you watch this on YouTube, you're going to die. What's your name? Keisha now looks like she's doing a game where you put the flashlight under your face where you, okay.
Or like you're underneath your blanket and you're reading a book. I tried.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Okay, so Victoria says, as a fourth-year veteran and not a group leader, what other value does she hold? That's what, she feels like, what am I here for, right?
She just can't find her place on the team this year.
No, it's sad.
She can't.
All right, so now Kelsey and Nate are going to do a photo shoot, and we find out how this comes about. Kelsey, a photographer, reaches out, which I imagine they do a lot if you're on the team, and say, will you come and model for my photo shoot? She says yes, and he said he went behind her back and then asked this photographer, if we're going to do these photos, can you make it like a couple thing, and then I'm going to propose.
Right. And which is cute.
It was cute, but I felt like, number one, she wasn't excited enough, or number two, maybe she already knew it was going to happen. I don't know. She didn't seem to be like, what?
She's in robotic mode.
You're right.
As they all are. I would like to see these girls during the off season. I think that's when we will see their real person. But she's in robotic mode.
You're right. You're right. So everybody's at her house waiting as a surprise. And so some of the other girls is Kat and Caroline. So they're talking about the pressure to retire and do something amazing. Like, you got to be pregnant. You got to be married. You got to be an aerospace engineer. You got to have like a full career and have it all. It's a lot of pressure. I felt like Kat and Caroline were really kind of acting like themselves because they're not on the team anymore. They're retired or whatever.
I agree. Yeah.
Reese's fiance, Will, arrives to Dallas. He says when he met her, they hung out like 15 times before he even thought maybe he could date her, to put his arm around her. She had never had anybody put their arm around her or hold her hand or anything. And he said
15 dates before he put his arm around her.
Yeah. And he says, her dream was always to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. And, my dreams just weren't that big. I didn't have a dream like that. So then I said, my dream is to pursue this woman. And, because I was coming to Texas, I'm into sports. I was hoping my job could be with the Rangers, but nothing has come up. So the Lord has closed all my doors. But so far, the Lord has closed all my doors. But God will find one for me that's open. One day until the big game, Keisha. One day.
Yeah.
Everybody's practicing. They're getting their critiques. Victoria now has a hurt knee. Everyone is talking about how I say everyone's about to throw up in the heat. They're outside and they're literally saying it's not 100, so you're fine. It's 96.
It was 96 in Texas.
Full makeup, full hair.
Yeah. These girls have to all get Botox to not sweat.
Maybe. They're sweating.
We don't really, but I would be melting. It'd be like someone had like a, I would be like a pile of fudge on the field, and I just tell someone, just bring a fan and just remold me back up to myself. It is so disgustingly hot out there.
It's hot. And Kelli and Judy talk some more about their duty and responsibility to the legacy and the fans, and hope you're enjoying it. And then at the end of this episode, we go to the first game where Kelsey tells everybody, look around, enjoy this moment. I know it's, but you need to take it in. Yeah. Episode 6, 9 to 5. All right. Everybody's lined up to get ready to go after the first game, and they start Thunderstruck. I mean, we don't have to hear it again. We got it.
We have to. We got to hear it at least 7 more times.
Then we get Todd, the tour guy, doing a cringe tour of the stadium, and they take him into the cheerleaders' room. It's like, pick which girl's your favorite, and go stand in front of their thing and do a pose. This was so cringy.
It was gross. It's just, they were sexualizing these girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was, I don't know why they put that in there, because it made zero sense at all.
And it
was a tour for 4 guys.
Yeah. And it made them look
I don't
awful.
Get it. It did.
Now we meet James, the bus driver, and he's funny. And today is the first game of the season that's not a preseason game. Before, we saw a preseason game. Now, I did notice what I thought was really interesting when we're seeing all these scenes of these games now. these next 2 episodes. Kelli is always on the field, but Judy's always in the stands. But Judy's the choreographer, so why isn't Judy down there too?
I think she probably has a better view from in the stands.
Maybe.
She can really see everything.
Yeah, maybe. It's a 12-hour day, and then what we find out is the DJ just put something on, and the team leader, it's up to them to hear those first 8 counts and decide which one of their 50 dances will go, and then does a move, and that creates everybody to start that move. I mean, that's a lot.
I mean, that's just like with regular cheer. I mean, here I go going back 30 years to cheerleading days. Yeah, your head cheerleader calls out a cheer, and that's what you do. You don't. There's no. Oh, we're doing all these cheers at this game.
Yeah.
No, whatever she felt like doing, which it was me because I was head cheerleader. Whatever I felt like doing, that's what we did. You know. So I get it. You got to have all that stuff memorized. You just do. And now I'm like thinking like, oh, at my big old age, I would never be able to remember all that shit.
But it's interesting, right? Because they don't even know what the DJ's got.
What song?
What song? It could be a song that came out last week that now everybody loves. It's like a new Justin Bieber song or whatever. Everybody loves that song. And whoever's the head has to be like, okay,
this will go with that.
That will go with this. So let me just do it real quick. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a 12, to 14-hour day. And
all day.
Now we see Kelli and Judy going through photo by photo of the photographer that's there taking the professional pictures, picking apart each person's makeup.
Yes. So here's my thing.
Don't wear any bottom mascara. Your lip liner is bad. Like, wow.
Did have professional makeup artists do their makeup for the games?
Right. Don't expect them to do it themselves. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. They can afford it. So just have a professional makeup artist do all their makeup before. That's what I would do. That way you don't have to worry about it. Their makeup is camera ready. Yeah. You tell the makeup artist, I don't want this person to have this, which I don't know how they're doing bottom mascara anyway with all that sweating.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
and of course it was Victoria who had the bottom mascara.
I know.
Yeah.
God bless her. And so they say they have to make sure everything is perfect and world class for every picture. This picture will work. This picture won't. We got to cut out Anna Kate. Look at her face. Ew, gross.
Yeah.
So they say, all the girls are like, Kelli is an icon. Everybody wants to impress her. Then they start for 10 minutes talking about this other woman that is not on this show called Suzanne Mitchell.
Yes.
Suzanne Mitchell started this all. She was the protector of all the women. She never had children. She gave everything to these cheerleaders. It was her meaning and her purpose. And Kelli is the only one that could have taken that on. And there's, a lot she doesn't get to do with her family because she's a working mother. Yeah. Her daughter calls and says, do you have off on this certain day? Could you go look with me at wedding dresses?
Which was kind of, I don't know how I felt about that scene. It was sweet, but then it was also weird. It was almost like she was shocked that her daughter would ask her to go wedding dress shopping.
I think she'd forgotten her daughter was engaged, honestly. I think she's like, go, what are we shopping for? What? Oh, yeah.
I know. It was really, really, really odd.
I think she'd forgotten she was engaged.
Yeah. And then she starts crying. She can't even answer the question. And Judy has to answer it for her. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bitch, she's engaged. What other fucking a prom dress? Is that what you think she wants you to go with her? Yeah. It was really weird.
I think she forgot. We see the cheerleaders go to a community center and we learn that there's a no touch policy. That's why they bring the football for the guys to hold so they don't feel like they get to touch the girls. We talk about some cases of stalking. Tina says back in her day, she found out she had a death threat, but she was too clueless to know that was scary. We see some of the girls having a Bible study. Kelsey tells us there was a time when someone had put an air tag on her car. And she didn't know about it, but she did notice this person following her. And she said this took away her sanity. It took away her sense of safety. She was very scared. Nate got super angry and protective over her. And she says it's hard for a man who's 6'4" and strong to understand that I could be actually scared to walk outside.
Right.
And she really couldn't live being that anxious all the time. And so she prayed a lot about it. And she could have just gone back to being Nurse Kelsey and given up being the cheerleaders, but she gave it up to God. And all I wanted to know was, did they catch the guy? Did they catch the guy?
Did you take a self-defense class? Like there's a such thing as praying and then also getting your concealed gun license as well to carry around with you.
Yeah, girl, you live in Texas. So,
Yeah.
Reese now got a job at a flower shop. That's her day job.
Mhm.
She's always loved flower arranging. She loves using her creativity for something else. And Will is now living there, but they don't get to see each other much, and they're trying to make the most out of it.
Mhm.
I
I'm
have to.
shocked they live together.
I don't think they live together.
You don't think
Absolutely, do
so?
not think they live together.
Because
Mm-mm,
I was completely shocked by that. I'm like, oh,
mm-mm. No, no, no.
okay.
I don't think they live together.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Um, so, or they have to sleep with the Bible between them. Okay. Now we
A
start talking.
Bible fort.
Yeah, a Bible for it.
Yeah.
Like a little pyramid of Bibles.
Yeah. Don't cross that Bible.
Now they talk about the Thanksgiving Day halftime show. They don't
Mhm.
know yet who the entertainer is going to be. It's the 27th year annual tradition. Charlotte says her dream has always been Dolly Parton, and they announce
Yeah.
it, and we see the cute ad for them, sparkling everything and Dolly Parton and all that
Yes.
cute. Kelli and Judy call Reese in to get help with a pokeberry flower arrangement to something from her book about
Mhm.
using that for rouge.
Which
And
was
that
really
when
cute.
Reese walks out and they go, "What? Does she ever cry? Does she ever get sad? Like, what's up with Reese?" Like they
She's
literally,
robotic.
yeah, she's
All
a
her emotions are with the Lord. The
she's
Lord
a
controls all of her
dutiful,
emotions. He's in
dutiful
control.
cult, dutiful
She
cult member.
like I wonder what kind of church she goes to.
She wasn't at Pastor Badu's church? We didn't see that. Oh, she's definitely Baptist for sure.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
from Florida, went to Alabama. Listen, I'm just typecasting her, but that's what I think. I think she's very Baptist.
We I think we can do that with this episode because
Mhm.
there's so much
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? There is typecasting. The whole show is about
Yes, it
typecasting.
is. It's
So yeah,
yes.
we
Yeah.
can get away with it. Yeah.
So they're all practicing for this Thanksgiving thing. And I remember, do you remember this? I remember when Dolly Parton came out in
What
that
Dolly
outfit.
had,
I
yeah,
was like,
because everyone
damn.
was like, "Did you see Dolly?" Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a huge thing. Yeah,
I wasn't looking at the cheerleaders at all,
I was looking at Dolly.
but I should have been looking at the cheerleaders now that I know. Um, so they're all practicing, and Kelli sits down with them and goes, I gotta talk to y'all about something. Okay. They put up a Christmas tree now in the locker room. So they
Mhm.
say, I gotta talk to y'all about something. James, the bus driver,
Yeah.
had a
Mhm.
stroke. He's fighting for his life. Now, the
Mhm.
next day she goes and sees him and he seems to be completely fine, but still.
That whole scene was very overly dramatic. How she got so upset because okay, look, if you're gonna put a tree in the locker room and everyone has an ornament, and I walk in and I don't see my ornament, I'm gonna say, "Hey, where's my ornament?" And they just went in on that. What was the girl's name? Klein.
Klein.
Why was her name Klein? What?
That's a Southern
What?
thing. That's a last name like mine is Payne. Yes. Yeah. Her
I've
name is
never heard
Klein.
that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they went in so hard on this girl for asking a question that anyone would have asked if they didn't see their ornament.
Well, I think the problem is so she says, 10 of you have not written James a card. And
Uh-huh.
also, Klein, where are you, Klein? Raise your hand, Klein. You said, "Where is my ornament?" Before even
Mhm.
thanking Michelle for putting up the tree. And yeah, we're about to meet with Dolly Parton's team, who's going to make a lot of changes. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Judy. So you don't need to then put that pressure on Judy by saying, "Where's my ornament?" Okay,
I,
Klein.
I don't think she really went to anyone. I think she just was looking at the tree and said, "Where's my ornament?" Like
Probably
maybe she
Judy was
didn't.
standing next to her, and they
She
were
wasn't
probably
talking
like,
to Judy.
I think I don't think anybody would step to Judy or Kelli about anything.
Well,
And
Judy is the least approachable of the two to me.
yeah, and I don't think she said that. I think Judy was standing there, and Klein
Yeah,
probably goes, "I'm looking for my ornament. Where is it?" It's probably what she
which is
said.
a natural reaction.
And she goes in and talks to Kelli, and she cries. And
Yeah,
Kelli goes, "It was just bad timing that you did that. I mean, Judy's about to have the worst day of her life, and here you're putting this on Judy." And she's like, "I'm
it
so
was
sorry. I have so much respect for this team. It's integrity, it's grace, it's discipline, it's respect, integrity, all the words." Um,
that Kelly wasn't using herself because she wasn't like expressing grace. She was
no,
angry.
it was crazy. So Kelsey goes in and hugs her and talks to her and goes, "We know that all of us know you were not meaning that malicious.
Right.
All of us know." But I really think what happened is that Kelly's having a bad day and made an
Yeah,
example of
clearly.
this girl. And I think Kelly handled that wrong. I think she could have pulled Klein
She
aside
did.
and been like, "Klein, girl, Judy's
Be
having this
calm.
terrible
Yeah.
day and you shouldn't have asked."
Yes.
And just next time, think about what Judy's going through. Why don't you thank somebody for putting up the tree before saying, "Where's my ornament?"
But I don't think any of the girls said thank you. I didn't hear anyone say thanks, thank you, thanks.
She didn't list the 10. She didn't list the 10 people that hadn't written the thank yous.
That's who James. I would have called out.
I'd be like, there's 10 of you that haven't written something to this man in the hospital.
Yeah, Klein, Charlie, Judy, Rudy, whatever. That is what I would have done. But instead,
Kayla, Kaylin, Caitlin, Kelsey,
Mary Lynn, all these things. But she calls up this poor child who simply wants to know, where's my ornament?
I know. I agree. Yeah. Dolly Parton meets with Kelly and she shows what they did with the pokeberry and all that. Mm-hmm. Dolly loves it. They are talking with Jerry Jones and they asked Jerry Jones what was his favorite Thanksgiving performance. He says Beyonce. He says it was very cold. They had to open Neiman Marcus to go buy them all fur coats.
Again, you went to Neiman Marcus to buy them fur coats and you only want to pay them $150 a game.
Correct.
Jerry Jones does not respect women.
Mm-mm. And we see the performance with Dolly Parton. We've seen it on TV. It looks great. Now we find out somebody inappropriately touched Sophie. It was a cameraman. And so they're going in to talk to Kelly, who's like basking in her glory. Like, all my friends are texting me. I can't believe Dolly Parton. Yeah. And they go, is now the time to tell you that Sophie's talking to the police or should we tell you later? And she's like, what?
Right. Yeah.
So this goes into the last episode, episode 7. Kelly goes and gets Sophie off the field. Sophie tells what happened. She turned around and a cameraman behind her grabbed her waist and her butt. She turned back around to see who it was, but she knew who it was. And she's crying because she doesn't want to upset anybody. And they're all like, you absolutely did the right thing. Absolutely. Everybody comes in and supports her. You were very brave to say it. You could have just ignored it. You were brave to do it. And she was like, yeah, and I've heard now he's not going to be allowed in the stadium. And they're like, good, gross.
He shouldn't be.
He should be kicked out. Turns out she can't press charges because there's no proof that this happened. They all say she did the right thing by reporting it and the guy is banned from the stadium, but she couldn't press charges because there's cameras everywhere and nobody caught it.
So, okay. I that was very odd to me. How did this not get caught on camera? And you still kick the guy out because to me that's a lawsuit from the guy saying you kicked me out and stopped me from being able to do my job when you had no evidence that I actually did what she said I did, and the police department won't even do anything. Well, there's a lot of different angles to that story.
There is, but I think it absolutely happened.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah, he's super gross
But I think
I'm upset that nothing was caught on cameras.
I'm upset that they didn't just press charges anyway. Yeah.
I know. It was very, very weird. I don't know.
I thought so too. Maybe they just didn't want the bad press. I don't know.
You think? I think it totally has to do with that.
But I think they look worse that they were just like, okay, Sophie, carry on. Go back to work tomorrow. He won't be here. You're fine.
I know.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure nobody else will grab you.
And I'm obsessed with Sophie's nose. I love her nose so much.
I just thought she was cute. I didn't, I don't always notice people's noses like you do.
Cute. You know me, and I just loved her nose.
Okay, so Thanksgiving and Christmas time are just wild because they've got all these things back to back to back to back to back. Everybody is fatigued. People are sick. One of the girls says she has strep.
And she's there in the locker room.
Yeah, I have strep.
Yeah, I think they said they worked 22 days in a row.
I mean, my God, they all literally have that, they have those massage guns, like my Theraguns. My husband has one downstairs. They all have like the mini version. They're just like doing their legs up until right before they take the field.
They've got the K-tape on their body parts. And I mean, their bodies are, just from the fatigue, their bodies are just breaking down.
Yes. Yeah. So we see the girls signing autographs at a gym. And that was when I was like, I wonder if they get paid extra for this or if they have to do a certain amount each one. And Reese says, I'm so busy, like it's the thick of the season and I'm working at the flower shop. And now Will's got a job, which is great, but I don't see him very much. He works at a pressure washing dealership. Not sure what he does specifically, selling parts. And then we see Reese and Will at her apartment, I guess, and they're making venison burgers from a deer that Reese got. Now, I'm very familiar with this from the South. You get a deer, you make venison burgers, whatever.
But I don't eat it. But yeah,
I don't.
Everyone hunts in my family, and I don't eat deer meat, or I have a certain small group of animals that we need to eat from. And deer.
Let me tell you what's good though is venison sausage is real good. It's real good.
Yeah, I
don't
I guess I'll never know. I'm not. That's okay. Everyone in my house eats it except for me.
Can I tell you what? I don't know what kind of gravy sauce he was making those burgers in, but it looked disgusting.
I think he was attempting to make brown gravy.
It was gross.
But that looked like baby food he poured in there.
Nasty.
He didn't do it right.
She was doing steamed okra in the microwave.
In the microwave. What the hell is going on? This scene was another scene that wasn't necessary. Neither was, why did they take time out to go to his job?
Right. And there's all these girls that we don't know anything about.
That we don't know anything about. It was very, I didn't get it. But yeah, he most definitely needs to work on that gravy making that he did. That's almost insulting to people from the South.
Because it's supposed to be a burger. It's like, you're not putting a burger with gravy and then microwave okra. Girl, no, we batter that up and we fry it.
Okay. I mean, we'll eat okra that's not, fried, but we prefer fried okra. But it was fat that she put it in the microwave.
I was like, no. At least toss it around some olive oil or something. All right, so now we see some alums practicing for the Cowboy Cheerleaders reunion performance. 200 I love this too. 200 alumni come from the 60s to the current team. They go from age 19, that's the youngest, to 72. Yeah. Kelli is talking to everyone, and Kelli goes, listen, your choreography doesn't have to be perfect. And Judy's like, excuse me.
I know. Kelli's like, sorry, Judy.
And we're going to start with the cheerleaders from the 70s. And we see some of the alums talking about their experiences. It's all very sweet. Now, because this is game day, December 10th. This is where the alums come out. So Caroline is going to perform with Anna Kay because she's going to be in the back. Right. And she's like, I'm sure my orthopedist wouldn't like this. Tina will perform with her daughter Victoria, and the ladies, they give them sparkly t-shirts and jeans. And they have won a lot of games, and they're like, they might get one more game if they win their division. And Judy says she's never been so like mentally and physically drained in all of her life. And they don't know if it's their last game. So they don't know which is their last game to like be sad and hug about, because they could get in the playoffs and they might not. So
they're the Dallas Cowboys. So here in Texas, we just assume they're going to lose.
Oh, well, that's how we are about the Washington football team that used to be the Washington Redskins. We always assume they're going to lose.
Yeah, we just assume that the Cowboys are going to lose. Yeah.
So they get one more game. It's a playoff game, but they don't win after that. There's no more playoffs. There won't be a Super Bowl. They get beat terribly. So now that's really the last game. That's the end. So Kelsey is hugging Kelli and Judy, and then they go, well, what do you got a wedding to plan? She goes, not till May 2025, to which I say, long engagements aren't good. It's too long. That's too long, Kelsey.
Well, so what is it?
So they're still in December of 2023, and they're going to get married in May of 2025. Why? Why so long?
Because her fiance is an actor. He got money to save up. That may have something to do with it. They've got money to say.
They don't have any money.
I didn't know you weren't good with the long engagements.
I think that's too long. I mean, I think a year engagement is the absolute longest it should be. 1 year is the absolute longest an engagement should be.
And you're including saving. So you're saying that before they actually got engaged, they should have already been saving the money up for the wedding? Or do they start saving the money once they're engaged?
They start saving it once they're engaged, but if you can't, why are you going to have some big thing and put it off for so long? Just go ahead and get married and have a big party in a year or something. Okay. I just think it's too long to be engaged. That's just my opinion. Listen.
So what do you think will happen with the long engagement, that they don't end up getting married?
They won't get married.
Really?
If you're engaged for that long, you're probably not going to get married.
That's what I'm going to have to disagree with you.
Okay. Listen. You got married at the courthouse before your husband flew off on a plane. So Your engagement was 12 minutes long, so I don't know what you're talking about.
We were engaged for like
what you're talking about.
It took us 7 years to get fucking married.
Yeah.
From the time we dated. But there's a lot of stuff that went on in there. But yeah, once he said, he's like, we're getting married. He's like, literally, we're getting married Friday. I'm like, okay, Big Daddy.
Oh my God.
No, I don't call him that at all.
I know you don't.
Not at all.
You don't want to give him anything to get excited about.
No, I don't like that. Oh, calling your husband Daddy, Big Papa, none of that stuff.
Oh Lord, this is going to be a 2-part episode, guys, because it's really long. Okay, so she's getting married 2025. Okay, she cries. She talks to her team. She talks about how great, integrity, grace, beauty, all the words. And Kelli says, "It's a tough day, everybody. This is the last day we're going to be in this room together as a team. It's the best time of your life. Now, pack your shit and get out. All right,
and don't forget to leave your uniform."
Right. Victoria and Kelsey talk, and Victoria says, "I don't know if I'm going to come back for the 5th year. But I feel like I should, but I don't know." And Victoria says, "I think Judy and Kelli really hate me." And Kelsey goes, "Everybody thinks that. Everybody thinks that. Only this year have I ever, it's not that I don't think that, but now I just don't care."
I think they really do hate Victoria, though.
I don't think they like her. And Kelsey says, "I think you'll be a great leader. I really do. You've been around for so long, but you just need to get that confidence and courage up to be a leader."
Yeah.
1 month later, Kelli and Judy are looking at an upcoming possible calendar because they don't know which girls are retrying out. So they don't know which girls could possibly be on the calendar. They have to turn their uniforms in at the end of the year. And the right rack is, "I'm not re-auditioning." And the left rack means, "I am auditioning." So Claire, was confusing to me.
It was really confusing because my answer would be like, well, your left or your right, or my left, my right, like which?
Why didn't it just like the blue is yes and the red is no? Or
yes. They could have made it so much easier, but no, they had to be difficult. I don't know.
So Claire, she says she's not re-auditioning, whoever she is. Reese
we don't know
Reese is re-auditioning. Duh.
She's gonna be on there like 20 years.
Then Kelli says, "Oh, it was so nice when we met your boyfriend. Didn't you say you met him at a football game or something when you were a cheerleader? So we just all kind of thought maybe he'd be like a
football player."
And she goes, "Oh, like a football player? Yeah, he's like a big basketball fan." And they're like, "That's what we meant." Sure.
It was so shady boots. Really.
I was like, ladies.
That was pink shade right there.
Ladies, you talk about that behind her back like a regular person.
But they don't give a fuck. They don't care.
By the way,
what is she going to say?
That Will is going to be better looking as he gets older because he's so baby face. I think as he gets older, he's going to really grow into his looks. That's my prediction on Will.
Because they're super young right now.
Super young.
Yeah.
Looks like he's 12 years old. Poor Will. So Anna Kate comes in. She's a yes, even though we don't even know why she was a yes the first time.
No.
Other girls come in that we don't know. Victoria comes in and they're like, "Do you want to talk first or put your uniform on first?" Because I think I'm going to talk first.
Which they knew she was going to want to talk.
And they're so mean to her. And she says, "I'll be honest with you. I don't want to come back for my 5th year if you guys don't see any growth in me. And if you don't see me as a group leader, like I just need to know." And they say, "I didn't even know that was a passion of yours. I didn't even know you're interested in that." And she goes, "My heart and soul are here with this team, and I need to know if it's reciprocated." And Kelli goes, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "Well, I feel like I'm a blender, like I just blend in." And Kelli goes, "Well, you're not a blender, but you're not a leader either." And then she goes, "If you want to re-audition because being group leader is your dream, don't audition because of that. Where are these new goals coming from?"
Do you think after Tina, Victoria's mom, sees this, if she and Kelli are still friends?
It was awful. She literally says, "If this is your dream, then don't audition. And also, where are these goals coming from?"
This is someone who she has known as a baby. Victoria actually said that when she was born, Kelli was the second person to hold her after her mom. She has literally watched this kid grow up and clearly just has a disdain for her. Like she couldn't even fake it for the cameras.
It was awful.
It was
You're not a
bad. And
blender, but you're not a leader. I mean,
this girl's got, mental health issues going on. These things, and you are breaking her down on national fucking television.
And she has mental health issues because of this team.
Because of this, yes.
So she says, I don't know where these goals are coming from, but this decision is yours and the challenge is yours. And then she tries again to get an answer. She goes like, if it's my time to go, just let me know. And Kelly goes, I'm going to be honest. It wasn't your strongest showing at the last half of the season. And you seem to have less energy, less stamina. Your kicks weren't good. And your last game was alarming, like your energy and your fatigue. Separately, we didn't even know. We asked you, are you okay? You seem fatigued.
Oh my God.
And she's just sitting there
to watch.
She's sitting there and she goes, well, this is not how I want to be remembered. I want to leave here leaving a legacy. I want to come back. I want to kill it. I want to be a leader. And Kelly goes, just like everybody else, you have to fight for your spot. I mean, you could get cut your 5th year. And so
they're telling her, don't try out.
They are telling her, don't come back.
Don't do it. Yeah.
So she goes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to re-audition. And they go, great. And they all cry.
But her heart wasn't in it.
No,
like she almost did it to prove a point. No, she didn't want to. But she had to, she felt like then, well, I've got to prove them wrong.
So Kelsey comes in. Of course, they're like, we're not going to cry. Put your thing on the rack. Why Kelsey doesn't get to keep it, I don't know. And they say, Kelsey, you are an impactful, inspiring role model. You're nothing like Victoria.
Nothing like Victoria. Everything Victoria is not. You are. We love you. We love you. We love you. We hate her. Tell her not to try out, Kelsey.
God.
Yeah.
God. So now we get the post-season banquet for the 2024 season. They get their rookie rings, which go in their pinky. They all dance around. We get a solemn version of Girls Just Want to Have Fun, like a real slow version. We see Sharpie, who is a 60-something-year-old woman, say, I can't imagine my world or a life without the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders. We see some other alums. These are my sisters for life. I don't know where I would be in the world without these women. They all say this is a weird transition out when you leave. You don't know who you are and what you are without this organization.
That's crazy.
Then we see Caroline. Caroline says, since I've been out and haven't been forced to rest, my hair is growing in because I don't have these extensions. My nails are healthier because I don't have to wear fake ones. And now me and my sister can each have our own bedroom and our own bathroom. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. And Kelsey says, I've lived so many different lives in the last 5 years, and I'm ready to retire. I'm ready to live a slower life. I want to get married and be a nurse, and maybe she's going to move to LA to be with her husband. I don't know.
Right.
We see Reese has a countdown to her wedding calendar. Now, Reese did it too fast. Now, Reese is getting married in 28 days. We need something between 1.5 years and 28 days.
Yeah, I saw her wedding picture on TikTok.
Were they cute?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a super cute girl. She really, really, really is.
She really is.
She looked really pretty in her wedding dress. Yeah.
She's going to be about 40 and have a full fucking midlife crisis.
Oh my God. Yes, she is. She's going to have like 10 lovers on the side. She's going to be, I want a boob job. Yeah, I'm glad you said it because I felt it. I'm like, oh,
I don't think anybody
going to come hard.
Anybody can't stay that good for that long.
It's not normal.
So, okay, then we see Reese's wedding calendar. We had Madeline talk about how amazing the sisterhood is. She's going to try out again. Kelli and Judy say it won't last forever, but everyone should be grateful for it. And of course, they're already on their computers at night looking at online pictures, looking for that next team.
Yeah.
And Victoria says she has decided to hang up her pom-poms. She says, I could do it just to prove them wrong, but I don't need to.
That's right.
That's right, Victoria.
That's right. Good for you, Victoria.
Good girl.
Yes.
And she says, it's scary, but this is what I've decided. And then they end it with the girls up in the camera, pulling off their lashes, wiping off their makeup. And the last one to go is Kelsey, who wipes off her lipstick. I like that ending. It was very dramatic.
I did. It was very dramatic.
And then we get a bunch of B-roll of like bloopers that weren't even worth writing down. But that's it. That's
I didn't even watch that. I didn't even watch that.
Yeah, if you just kept it, I just kept it on because I was writing some notes, and they were just showing like, once Kelly was in there like talking to the girls and they're on the floor, and she's like, "Let me tell you something," and she like falls over, and then she's like, "Are y'all going to keep that?" Stuff like that.
Look, I was so tired by the time I finished episode 7 last night, because when you told me we were going to cover, I was like, "Damn, I got 3 more episodes to watch." I literally said, "Thank God we're done." I was like, it was like midnight. I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed.
I know. It was like, I just was writing notes and I looked up and they were doing that thing where they do like, they give you some credits and then they start sticking it in there. Yeah.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, this was like 2 hours of us talking about this show, and good Lord. I
know my mouth is a little bit dry.
I mean, my mouth is dry and I am exhausted.
I'm hungry. I feel like we just did Thunderstruck.
We just did Thunderstruck with the split.
Oh yeah, of course, with the split. Now we got to help each other up.
And then we got to do the to the side.
Absolutely. Or it doesn't count if you don't do that. So that's
you don't do the pose
right there.
Oh my gosh. Keisha, tell everybody what's happening on the Libra Lounge with Keisha, and then I'll finally let you go.
Look, if I've got electricity tomorrow, I'm probably going to record.
Okay, good.
And one of the things I got to talk about is all the awfulness with the housewives and their photoshopping. Like, it's been so bad. I just created a video myself that I'm going to post on my Instagram story.
Oh, good.
It shows you how to properly use a filter.
I need that.
Okay, I'm going to send you the video. It's not supposed to be super noticeable.
No. And sometimes people will go, oh, this person is like, listen, you could tell when someone all of a sudden has like a 2-year-old's face on their face. Like you can see that.
Yeah.
But sometimes with the cutting out and stuff, I can't always tell until somebody points it out. And then I'm like, well, that is egregious. Well, I can't always see it right away.
I'm going to send you the video that I did that I'm going to post that shows me today taking a picture, with no filter, and then with a slight filter on it. It should not be that big of a difference. Now,
listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if people are watching this on YouTube and we're at the very end, I have a filter on this camera that comes with it, comes with StreamYard. But watch what happens when I put the big one on. Look at that. Now look at my face. Can you see that? Now my face is blurred.
Yes, I can see it. Yeah.
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 It's like a huge difference because I always put it on the lowest one that is supposed to be subtle because I like a subtle one. But I don't need the whole thing blurred.
Y'all get the whole full drag queen.
Yeah.
With 10 pounds of makeup on. Yeah. So I'm going to post that because you should not be able to tell that the person really has a filter on.
Good, because I need help.
It's just a little cleanup. It's just,
I need help.
I got to tell you, you just posted a new picture of yourself. I don't know who took that picture of you. Was it professionally done or?
Yes, those are the pictures I had done in LA. And so they're not necessarily photoshopped, but those are the pictures that he took. But then he had me pick like 1 or 2 that he would like touch up. And I just sent it back to him and I said, lighten my brows because I had my brows done a few days before and they were way too dark. So I said, lighten my brows and make me look less elderly. And then that's what he sent back. So
and you should not look like a whole different person. You should still, I love your picture. I think it looks great. I couldn't tell anything was done. I was like, this is really, really nice. Now
it was just a professional. It was a professional makeup lady. That's why, because I didn't.
And
do
it
my
makes
makeup.
And it
makes all the difference.
Yeah. Some people get that done. Plus, they put like a heavy filter on. It's like, what the fuck?
I know.
You don't even look like you. So,
and then you look like you put a toddler face on top of your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's not cute.
Well, good. Everybody go and listen to the Libra Lounge with Keisha. If she's got power and is able to post an episode, pray for Texas.
Pray for me.
That is also the Libra Lounge with Keisha on Instagram. And you can also follow me at Pink Shade Pod. I think I posted a very funny reel about the last episode of 90 Day HEA in UK with the continuity errors of Jasmine's bathing suit in this beauty pageant. And I put air quotes that she's in. She's walking across the stage. She's got a big white bow on her bathing suit. She turns around. She has no bow. She turns back around to the other side. There's a bow. Backstage, she's got the bow. Backstage, she doesn't have the bow.
What the heck?
Continuity counts, Matt Sharp. Continuity counts.
You know, sometimes Matt Sharp just says, just put it out there. I don't give a fuck.
I'm so sick of
this is what they gonna get.
Nobody cares about Gino and Jasmine just because it's like sometimes
they're not even together, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
They just
She's
pretend.
got a new man.
That's what I heard. I heard they're both filming for Single Life.
Because I think I just saw a video of him with another girl.
Yeah, I think so too. But you know what? We
Oh,
we
okay.
we recap what's on our television and we pretend it's real.
Yes.
You guys, if you want to watch this documentary now, I don't know why you would. We've given you every detail. It is on Netflix. And follow Keisha and follow me. And thank you for listening to this 2-part episode. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.